G'day, Battlers! And today, Go Battle League has been released. So when they first released it, there were certainly some issues, matchmaking wasn't working, so as I'm recording now, the battle option is locked off, so I'm sure they'll bring it back very soon. They made some big hype around it, I'm sure they'll get right on it, but in the meantime, we can build our Go Battle League teams. So, you might be wondering right now, what team of 3 do I need to bring in to beat up other people's team of 3, to have good coverage, to be able to win our matches so we can get the rewards that we all want? Whether we're big in PvP or not, what Pokemon do I need to use? So, I'm going to direct you to the best resource on the entire internet, pvpoke.com. Now, if you've never heard of pvpoke.com, it is an absolute PvP haven. It is absolutely brilliant. You can simulate battles between two Pokemon. You can actually play against an AI with Pokemon that you set for yourself, for randomization. Just do whatever you want. You can play against an AI, which is fantastic if you don't have anyone to practice with. There's also rankings and then Team Builder. Team Builder is what we're mainly going to be looking at today, but first we're going to dip into the rankings. Now, we're going to be looking at the Great League. There will be Ultra and Master later on, so I will be probably making videos about that soon to come, but as we know, Great League is going to be the first one that Go Battle League does, and that'll change in 2 weeks, I think, or maybe it was one and a half weeks, but anyway, we're just setting all Pokemon here. Those are other cups, that sort of custom metas that people have been doing in the Silph Arena, which I do recommend you check out if you haven't already, but we've got all Pokemon here, and here we're going to see basically the best Pokemon to use in the Open Great League. I've got Altaria, Registeel, Azumarill, Deoxys Defense Form, Tropius, and Hitmontop. So these are kind of the main Pokemon you're going to want to be having in your roster if you want to build like a big PvP roster. So we've got Alolan Marowak, Heracross, Skarmory, Wailus, Hariyama, Bastiodon, Machamp, Primeape, Venusaur, all really good Pokemon. So now we're going to go over to the Team Builder. So you can hit this little icon on the top right and then go down to Team Builder. And then this is just an absolutely brilliant tool. Like I'm going to give this so much praise because it deserves it. Now we're just in Great League, all Pokemon, and now we're going to add a Pokemon. So we kind of want to build a team of 3 around a certain Pokemon. So say you've got Altaria. Altaria is a pretty easy Pokemon to evolve. You can catch a Swablu at like the right level to evolve into a Great League Pokemon. It only costs 10,000 dust to get the second move. So Altaria are really end at the top of the meta. It's number 1 in the meta. It's really good. It's just Altaria is a fantastic Pokemon to build your team around. So we're going to rate team and it's generating now. And here is Altaria up against the top 20 Pokemon in the meta. So the dash means there's a tie. Altaria ties against Altaria. The circle means that it loses, and the X means that Altaria wins. So Altaria loses to Registeel, Azumarill, beats Deoxys, Tropius, Hitmontop, Marowak, Alolan. Heracross loses to Skarmory, beats Wailus. Hariyama loses to Bastion, beats Machamp, Primeape, Venusaur, Swampert, loses to Mantine, beats Mew, Medicham, loses to Regice. So that is a lot of wins for Altaria up against the best 20 Pokemon in the entire Great League. And then you can scroll down further, and these are the threats to Altaria. So you have Bastiodon, who's a big tank, going to be able to absolutely destroy Altaria. Then you've got Wigglytuff, Clefable, Ninetales, Alolan, so some Charm Pokemon, Fairy Pokemon that have Charm Quick Move, which really does a lot of damage. Then you've got Dugong, so some Ice damage. And yeah, you've got basically Fairy types and Ice types, plus Bastiodon in the top. So if you scroll down further, you can see Pokemon that are going to beat these threats to Altaria. So a really good one that I'm seeing here is Bastiodon at number 5. It does only tie to Bastion, but then absolutely walls the Fairy types, and then also takes down Dugong and other Ice types. It's then going to add some flying coverage. So we hit the plus button, and then it asks us, do we want to put in Bastiodon? We can pick the moves here, but we'll fill in automatically the standard meta moveset, so Smackdown, Surge, Flamethrower. So we're going to add that in, and now we have Altaria and Bastiodon. We can hit Rate Team again, and it's going to show us how Altaria and Bastiodon stand up to the top 20 meta picks. So now we've got a bit more coverage. So both of them lose to Registeel and Azumarill, but every other Pokemon, one of these Pokemon does take out. So now we basically kind of need to focus on that Registeel and Azumarill. So if we go down to threats, we'll see that we lose to Registeel, Whiscash, Azumarill, Regirock, Melmetal, Probopass, Empoleon, Steelix, Rhyperior, and Poliwrath. So that is a lot of Steel types and Water types. So we need something that's going to take out both of those. So looking at the recommended Pokemon, we've got Meganium. Meganium has both Frenzy Plant and Earthquake. Frenzy Plant, fantastic community day move. If you don't have one, you're going to be able to find someone in your community who has a spare. And then it has Earthquake, which is going to be able to destroy the other Steel types. So we're going to add Meganium to our team of 3. add Pokemon, and then rate our team again just to make sure we've got all the coverage we need. And so now you can see here there is not a single Pokemon that takes out our entire team of 3. So there are some Pokemon we're kind of weak to, for example Defense Deoxys. Defense Deoxys is only going to lose to Altaria, but then is able to beat down Bastiodon and Meganium, so we would definitely need our Altaria to land on the Defense Deoxys. And if you scroll down to potential threats, we can see that the big threats are Registeel, Machamp, Vigoroth, Regice, but none of these Pokemon beat all 3 of our Pokemon. We have a chance up against every single Pokemon in the entire meta, and you can see there's a threat score of 633. Now, a threat score, the lower you get, the better. 500 is absolutely like you have a brilliant team. 600 is like, yeah, you've got a solid team. So this can definitely be brought down further. It'll suggest more Pokemon that you can use, for example Azumarill. So you might decide to substitute Azumarill in for one of these other Pokemon. So you might go, okay, well Azumarill has Hydro Pump, it has Ice Beam, so it kind of takes down the flyers. It will beat up Altaria with just Ice Beam. It could beat down tanks with Hydro Pump. So we might try it, take out Meganium, add in Azumarill, see how it stands up. So Azumarill with Bubble, Play Rough and Hydro Pump, great team. And this is looking a lot better actually. So there's a lot of Pokemon that lose to not just one Pokemon. Azumarill is something we're going to have to worry about because there's no Pokemon that hard counters Azumarill. We just have Azumarill for the mirror match. But if we go down to the threat score, it's 633 still. It's actually very similar, and all these Pokemon in the threats, it actually says Registeel and Whiscash are bigger threats, mainly because they take down Bastiodon really hard. But yeah, this is something you can play around with, work with the Pokemon that you've got. If you scroll down further, you can see battle histograms. So this is Altaria, how it stands up to all of the Pokemon in the Great League. A lot of wins, as you can see. There's a reason it is the #1 Pokemon in the meta. So yeah, this is just something that I recommend you play around with. You can see the typings with the attacks, what you're going to do super effective damage to, what you're going to do not effective damage to, what types are going to do super effective damage to you. Just please go to PvPoke, play around with it, build your team of 3, and you will not regret it. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, especially that subscribe one, if you want to stay up to date with more Silph Arena and Go Battle League content. And I'd like to thank my patrons, Mealtime9458, Braj SF, Negative Man 10, Not Randy Newman, for supporting the channel, because you guys are super cool. And yeah, see you in the next video. This was another double upload day, but yeah, see you in the next video.